Welcome, everyone, to the 39th episode of the Boss Key Podcast. I am your co host, McQuack306, and I'm joined, as always, by Jesse. What's up, Jesse? How you doing today?
Yo, I'm doing really, really good, Mr. Josh, Mr. McQuack. Chilling. I'm actually professionally super podcasting now. I got that whole thing set up that everyone saw on Twitter. This thing is legit. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I saw the new setup, the mic. It looks very professional, very legit. You're coming out nice and clear on my side.
Yes, I hope it's coming out good from your guys' too. And okay, I'm gonna sound like really weird as a podcaster here. Okay, what's the thing is supposed? What's the pop supposed to protect from? Like, why is this thing in front of my microphone?
I thought it was always to filter the actual sound.
Oh, okay.
So it catches just, I guess, your voice, your soothing voice to the mic.
Oh, sweet. And according to a fan, they were saying that I get to do my musical numbers. They'll sound a lot better now with this new mic, which I'm all like, sweet. that will work. That will work for me.
That's okay. I'm excited to hear the song playback when we do those musical numbers for games.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when that comes. But everything so far so good. So you know what happened? We know what happened last Sunday from today.
Yeah, we had the Xbox Bethesda showcase. That's our main topic for today.
Yes.
But before we get into that, any games you're playing right now?
Oh, I am continuing the Trek to Yomi throughout the weeks. Little by little, I'm chunking it down. So I am still loving every single second of it. I did buy a lot of games because Konami and Capcom were having like mini sales on Steam. So I added the Mega Man X collection again, but on PC this time. I really like it on an Xbox controller. It feels really, really nice on an Xbox controller. I use that for the PC, and I also got the ZX. I got the ZX collection as well.
Okay.
And I ended up getting the Castlevania Advanced collection. I got Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I got that game finally from Platinum Games. But yeah, I bought a couple, but still keeping the Trek to Yomi the entire time.
Okay. Nice.
What about yourself? What are you doing? What are you playing?
I've been everywhere as always, but I finally completed Destiny 2, the Witch Queen DLC, the campaign. Really cool campaign. I think it's probably the best campaign since I want to say the Taken King back in Destiny 1.
Okay.
Just because the level design finally has you thinking more than just kill, move on to the next area, kill, shoot, and move on to the next area. There's a couple really cool puzzles involved with the Witch Queen that I really enjoyed. So just finished that one, and then just getting back into a lot of my backlog. There's always backlog, so trying out Cyberpunk on PS5 since the recent update. I tried a little bit of Resident Evil 2, the remake, because it recently got a PS5 and Xbox Series update.
Is that already out? Like they already released the updated visuals?
Yeah, that's out for Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7.
Oh, there you go. So I should get it. Well, then I could probably buy Resident Evil 2 remake again for Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
I should definitely get it again for that. And I should check out because I also heard that there's a PC update too. So I actually have Resident Evil 3 for PC, so I can play it there.
Okay, yeah, I highly suggest you do that. Really, really looking good. And then been playing Borderlands 3. Never really finished it or played it. So now I'm probably like about level 17 right now at this point. I don't know how far that is into the game, but really loving the gunplay, the different weapon types and variety. So it's just a lot of fun for that one.
For sure. Oh, I'm telling you, I love the pre-sequel so far. I played it on my PS4.
Okay.
So if it's anything like pre-sequel, then it's always a treat. I heard 2 is the best one, though. It's quote unquote.
Yeah, two. I
Two's
really
like the one.
loved.
Two's the one everyone considers like top of the line.
Yeah, but I mean, like I had talked about before, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I mean, that's no slouch either. I really liked what they did with the mechanics on that one.
Nice.
But
There we
yeah,
go.
so a lot of games still that we're playing, but a lot of games announced and showcased last weekend for Xbox, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
and that's what our main topic is, and we're going to be discussing and rating the entire showcase and what me and Jesse, thought of it. Um, they started off with Redfall
Yep.
right off the bat.
Vampires were thrown into the mix immediately from the start.
Yeah. So for me, I still am not sold on Redfall. I don't. I'm not liking the aesthetics. Um, I don't care for it. It just didn't wow me, and it feels like a game that's gonna come out on Game Pass day one, and I may play it for like half an hour, but I'll probably move on just as quick. What do you think of Redfall so far?
I was also the same. I was thinking like, meh, because they're just really trying to be like as edgy as 1,000% possible with like every single game. Um, it wasn't something that really like just caught my eye right away from the very first one. Like the again that you were saying, the art style. Uh, the thing that's great about all these games that we're going to be talking about today, they're all on Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
So they are all going to be playable. So as far as like if it's something I'll install and try it out, like yeah, but not something like off the top that I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I love this thing. And like actually like little tiny like mini spoiler alert. There was a lot of it from the first chunk of it. Xbox. It was like kind of like meh. I mean, that's just like my opinion on that. It's just like it was like it got to a certain point where it went high again, but for me, like a lot of the first parts were not the best. But not saying everything was terrible, but it wasn't like meh. It wasn't like jumping at me. Did you have like the same feeling, or did you have like some more games in the beginning that you felt like really hyped you up?
No, I'm in the same boat. I feel like the first hour, I'll even say like hour and 15 minutes was a lot of fluff, a lot of inconsistencies. I mean, there were some hit points, and we can just go in general in terms of like what games really pushed it out there for me, like Silk Song, Hollow Knight.
Oh man, I tweeted you immediately when that game came on. You saw my tweet. I went on there like we went from like the first game, which is again vampires sneaking around. You get to be a human or vampire, and then we go to something familiar, which was Hollow Knight, and I was like, oh yeah, McQuack is loving every second of this right now.
Yeah, my wife was watching, and she just got super excited when she saw Silk Song, and that the Hollow Knight's like her favorite game.
Mhm.
She's put like hundreds of hours into it, and this one was a favorite, but I don't think it showed a release date. It's just that it was gonna come out day one on Game Pass, and that was
Is Silk Song a new hero, like a new person, or
it's
is this character in the game?
the character is in the game.
Okay.
But it's she's always been like an NPC. But now you get to play as her with, I guess, as we've seen, her specific move set, which
Oh,
is really
okay.
different from regular Hollow Knight. And so that one's exciting. But a lot of it was just, I don't know, like I felt like Xbox could have done with a 45-minute showcase instead of an hour and a half, and a lot of it was like, oh, here's DLC coming, here's Fallout 76 DLC, here's Hot Wheels DLC for Forza, here's all these types
Right?
of stuff that I know what they're trying to get at. I think they were trying to get as many hits as possible. Like, oh, if 5 million people are watching, let's say, then we hope 10,000 would like this Silk Song announcement. We hope another 10,000 would like this Hot Wheels DLC or Fallout 76, that type of stuff. But I felt like a showcase should have just been like just straight heavy hitters, and everything else, unfortunately, like, I don't know, it felt too I don't know what the word is or the phrase, but
It felt more like a numbers game.
I guess so, like a
Like
checkbox, like, oh, we have 5 indies, boom, put them there. Oh, we have 10 DLCs to announce, boom, put them
there
there.
was
And
there
it
was
just
a
felt fluff.
yeah, there was so many indie titles in this showcase. Like I'm for indie titles 1,000%, but my goodness, there was a lot of new, and that's the biggest gamble that they were taking on a lot of this. There's a lot of new when they were announcing, like a lot of different things.
Yeah, it just didn't have cohesiveness, I guess. If that's the best way to describe this showcase. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to compare this with PlayStation, but PlayStation had a third party and VR showcase, right?
Right.
They were that's all they pushed, and even though Capcom was heavily in the showcase of theirs, with Resident Evil 4 remake announced, and Resident Evil VR, and for Resident Evil 8, and stuff like that, it it still was a third party. Capcom is third party, and they didn't have any fluff. They didn't put anything that didn't feel out of place, I guess, in a way. And they kept it consistent. It was very short.
Yeah.
It was what,
Like
30 minutes,
straight.
45 minutes,
Yeah,
and
the YouTube video was not longer than 30 minutes. I was like, wow, it's pretty short state of play.
yeah,
I
and
thought so, and I had a chance to rewatch it. I was like, wow, pretty short.
yeah, and it was just game per game per game per game per game. Like, it just kept going. There was no pauses. There was nobody, stopping the show and saying, "Hey, thanks for looking at Resident Evil 4 remake. Here's this person to talk more about it." No, it was just game trailer by game trailer by game trailer by game trailer, which I really like. That's the Nintendo Direct style.
Yep.
Even though Nintendo also has that stop with certain people, but I don't think they overstay their welcome. I don't think Nintendo has long events like that. So I mean, they hit a lot of. I think that's what it is that Xbox just basically try to hit as many people as possible.
Okay. Well, let's think about some of those indie games that they talk about. Then, what do you think of that game High on Life? The one that's the guns with the faces.
That looks crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That one threw me off. That one,
It's from one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty. So
yeah.
I can tell from the art style immediately.
It's one of those that look like they were going for realistic graphics, but then they put just like, I don't know, like it almost reminds me of that episode with Homer going into the real world in The Simpsons.
You mean like after like he gets sucked in the Halloween episode, but
Yeah.
he gets sucked into the middle void, and then it's like no one knows where he is now, and then he's just in L.A. like the real world.
That's what it reminded me of.
It looked. I mean, again, it looked interesting, gimmicky as hell. Even the knife is has a face on it. Everything has a face on it. It's cartoony as heck. Style shooter reminds me of like Plants vs Zombies.
Yes. But I liked it. I liked what I saw from that one. That one looked
Yeah,
crazy.
it was interesting. It threw something new in there. And I'll say one thing that okay, like even though a lot of the first chunk was not that great, there was something that really like whoa me was the entire Riot like library coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, I figured you'd be able to talk about this one more than I can.
Yeah, so I played League of Legends back in the days, and the
What?
other games I'm not familiar with except Valorant. A lot of these games are, as of this moment, PC and free to play games where you can purchase or you play like the champion of the week, like they used to do like free champ. Because there's a lot of champions and a lot of agents, they're called in Valorant.
Okay.
So now, I guess it's not an acquisition. It looks like it's more of like it looks like more like they joined together. So, whoa, now you get to play on Game Pass PC, Riot Games. Now you have all the champions unlocked. No, you don't have to pre-buy champions or select certain champions or wait for like the flavor of the week to come. They're all unlocked if you're a Game Pass member.
Yeah, I really thought that was. I knew it didn't go towards me. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
geared towards me. I knew that it was a big deal though, just because I'm not a PC player, but I know these names. I
Yeah.
know League of Legends, I know
Mhm.
Valorant, and so when they start saying like, "Oh, we're offering all the characters,"
Mhm.
I heard someone say that it costs like 600 plus. I think.
Oh
Um,
man, I don't know how much it is each one specifically, but like they cost money though to use. Like you would buy like maybe like the one you would want, or when you try like the flavor of the week, then you'd be like, oh okay, you know what? I don't mind buying this one, but no, if you're a Game Pass member, oof, they throw them all at you just for being part of Game Pass. So kudos to that, Riot. Like whoever decided to do that, if Riot joined or if Xbox wanted to strike a deal with them, whatever they did, hey man, I think that's great. That's gonna add a lot of people playing more League of Legends on a not so much competitive. It's really hard, but to other people who want to play or try to play competitive or just have a fun multiplayer game with all characters unlocked, go for it.
I think I played League of Legends a long time ago. Like
Same here.
I want to say like 2013, 2014.
I was at my last year's of college when I played League of Legends. I remember that on my old Mac, and I was so excited when it was announced to be on Mac, and my other two friends are playing on their Windows laptop, and I was on the Mac. What was I doing? It was not. It wasn't. It wasn't that great, or maybe my Mac just sucked. But yeah, I mean, great for all. I don't play League anymore at this time, but hey, I think that's a great thing for Xbox. So hey, that's a one up right there.
Yeah, really huge get for Xbox and PC, and I think that's one way to get PC gamers or PC only gamers who still haven't really cared for Game Pass to
Mm-hmm.
jump on Game Pass because um, I think PC players are very special in the case that they usually, at least from the people that I know of, they like to specify in one game. Like League of Legends players, they typically stick to League of Legends or Valorant or whatever competitive multiplayer PC game there is, just because I guess they become very like experts in that
Yeah.
specific game. And you get that with console players as well, but I don't know. I've always seen PC players like just stick to a couple games and get proficient at that. So Game Pass may not be something big for them, but Game Pass now might be more for them because of all this, Riot
Yeah.
stuff that they get.
And now you might get more people coming in. So that means more competition for those people to play.
Yeah. Um,
So I think it's great. And it looks like I just figured out they have like a card version of it too, which I didn't even know until I saw the trailer. They have like
see
a card version. It looks like Hearthstone. One of the one of the League of Legends games looks like a card game, which I like.
the
I'm cool with
Runeterra?
that. Yeah, it's Runeterra. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Like a card game. When I saw the trailer, I was like, sweet.
And that's on mobile too.
Oh, all right. I should get on my phone then. I'll get it on my phone then. But yeah, coming from a person who used to play Riot games, that was huge. That was a big deal. And I was like, man, Xbox is doing it again. And then afterwards, one of the ones that I thought that was the most interesting was the Flight Simulator 40th anniversary. No, I don't play flight simulators myself usually, but I did like what they showed us. I'm not a goat simulator, flight simulator, any lawnmower simulator. I'm not. I don't play simulator games.
Shade.
Like that. But I don't play that. But I saw they put a Halo plane, a Halo ship in there. I was like, oh, here you go, flight simulator. This is how you get them.
Yeah, they kind of almost they threw me off a little bit when they said Microsoft's 40th anniversary game, and I was like, wait, but Xbox has only been out for like 21 years. What's older than Xbox? And it's like, oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Duh. Yeah, it's whatever. It's planes. What they also
the same exact way. Planes. That's cool.
Planes. That's cool.
No offense to anyone who loves these, but just say that's just what we think.
The only thing I liked from it was that the Pelican from Halo is as I guess dropping in the game. So that's cool. That's pretty
legit.
cool. Yeah, that's legit. That's all I care for.
You get to pilot that.
Yeah.
Now,
There you go. There's your mic.
There you go. Oh, it works. It worked good. Sweet.
Yeah. I thought it was in the Halo universe already.
Calma, man.
Ooh. They also showed off Forza Motorsport.
A lot.
It's just cars. No.
I know. Dang. We're going to get hate mail so much for this. It's cars.
No, I really like this. I don't care for Motorsport. I don't really care for Forza Motorsport. I do like Horizon just because of the
cool.
arcade nature and doing 5-mile jumps. But it looked interesting. I like what they're doing with the Motorsport, and it's like 4K 60 frames with ray tracing. Like,
there you go.
That looks beautiful. I saw that. I'm like, damn. Like,
now we get Hot Wheels cars to go with it.
yeah. So that one was really cool. We'll probably get more details later about it, just because that's coming out next year. Unfortunately, it's not out this year like many believed. But it was a huge showcase in my eyes.
Yeah. Now the other game that I wanted to talk about is. Let me see if you get this. This is the most family-friendly game of all time.
Family-friendly?
Oh, you don't get it?
No.
Vin Diesel family.
Oh my god.
Come on, man! You don't watch Fast and Furious?
Yeah, I do watch Fast and Furious, but I was like, family-friendly? Which one? What game is family-friendly?
Because it's family. It's Dom on top of a dinosaur.
Why are you on a dinosaur? I did it for family.
I did it for family. Dude, the moment I saw that, I was like, oh my god. This is Fast and the Furious meets Jurassic Park. I know it. This is it. This is the next movie. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Especially because it was just CGI, and basically it was like, oh, don't forget about this game. We're coming out next year. Like, that's basically all it was. It was just like a trailer just to remind us, like, oh yeah, Vin Diesel's in a game.
I know. Cool. Sweet. That's awesome. Yay. Did you play the first Ark at all, or do you even know the Ark series?
Yeah,
I never played anything. I never played it.
Yeah, I got 1,000 achievement score on Ark 1 on Xbox.
Be for real, or you trolling me here?
No, for reals.
All right.
Why would I lie?
I don't know.
You have me on Xbox. You can check.
I double check you. I'm gonna check that out myself.
But yeah, it's dinosaurs, and I got into it because of Turok. I love dinosaurs, and it was basically Turok meets Minecraft, in a dumb, simplified way. But it's okay. Nothing
Is
too
it a lamer version of Turok?
super lame because you can't touch Turok.
Yeah, you can't.
Turok Hill.
Turok is boss. Turok Hill. You must see the energy totems at all costs. Oh man, I'm gonna play that now again. Now that we talk about it.
Yeah, it was alright.
Another one that caught my interest too. I thought it was cool. The Minecraft Legends game.
Yeah, that one actually looked pretty cool too. Just that, to also skim through some of the stuff, they showed off more Scorn, which is coming out this year. That weird Promethean alien horror looking game. That one looks pretty cool.
Oh my god, that's the one where they rip off the umbilical cord, huh?
Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, that one was weird.
Yeah, nice and tasty.
There you go.
Fallout 76 DLC coming out for the 10 people that are playing Fallout 76 still. We're gonna go
give
to
them more credit. Maybe like 15, man. 15.
They're gonna
give them more credit.
The Pit, which is an iconic area from Fallout 3. Flintlock. I think that one looked really cool too.
Hold on, let me remind myself what Flintlock was. That was the.
It's called Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
And then what kind of game was that again?
I don't know. It was I forgot if this is the one that was like first person, third person, but
no, it's third person. It's the third person one.
It's like a fantasy type action oriented.
It's kind of like they're inside like a giant church on this one, and they're okay. Yeah, I mean it kind of looks like. God, sometimes some of the games blend like a little bit. I guess you get the gun with Flintlock, and you get like the little magical being to travel through different areas and possess different things.
So that was that, but Minecraft Legends does look really good.
Minecraft Legends was one that, I don't know, it just looked really cool, like design-wise.
They also showed off As Dusk Falls. It looks like it's one of those choose your own adventure type of games. It looks interesting. This is the one that comes out I think the earliest. It's July 19th.
This is the one from the French developer, right?
I think so. It's the one that looks like just a bunch of Grand Theft Auto loading screens.
Yeah, it's a lot of still images. It's like a mystery.
Yeah.
It's a lot of still images.
A lot of like choices and different paths.
Now, I actually liked one right before that. The last case of Benedict Fox.
Yes,
I love that. That art style was sweet.
That looked really cool. That has like a Metroidvania feel to it.
Yeah, and it has like the detective, and you have like you're a detective of the dead, and it's a side-scrolling like shooting action game, but you also have like an undead minion or something like helping you out through the cases.
Yeah, that's the one.
I did.
That one looks really interesting.
That one definitely looked legit on my side. Like that was one of the ones where I was starting to get more hyped up into the rest of the games that are going through.
Yeah. Some other ones. They showed off Pentiment, which is a similar style choose your own adventure by Obsidian. They're working on this as well as working on Everwild or Everwed, however you call it, as well. I think that's them too. That's working on it, and I think they're also working on the Outer Worlds, if I'm not mistaken. The Outer Worlds 2.
Pentiment looked crazy for its like flat paper. It reminds me of Paper Mario a lot, like the way the art style is.
Yeah.
And No, you're just going around. You're just going around flat areas, but these are the ones that these are the ones that just catch my attention a little bit more. Like something that has a totally, completely unique art style compared to sometimes some of the other ones blend together. Sometimes the simplest things make you wanna jump up even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're working on that as well as launching Grounded in September 1.0. That's been on like what's it called? Early play, early access. There you go, early access. And now they're
The it's been in early access.
yeah, it's been on early
Okay.
access. So they're officially launching it in September. Grounded 1.0. Um,
hmm
a major game I want to discuss. Uh, I don't think it's gonna be day one Game Pass, but it's Diablo 4.
I'll tell you this: the moment I saw a necromancer type thing on the trailer, because they didn't announce it right away, but a necromancer, I was like, "This is Diablo. Something's going on here with Diablo. This is it."
Yeah, I love. I mean, we've talked about it. I know you love Diablo so much,
Mm.
um, and I love Diablo 3. I feel like that's the best game, better than Diablo
Oh,
2 by like 100 miles. But
dude, cross-play between both console and PC is so
yes,
sweet. And oh my god, I want this on the Series X so bad. I'm gonna get my hands on the controller playing Diablo again. It's gonna be so awesome.
I was sad that they didn't have Crusader.
No, they did not.
At
They
least
brought
right
the
now.
they brought the druid back.
Yeah.
The druid was a fan favorite from Diablo 2. A lot. Definitely like animal morphing. The barbarian never escapes. He's gonna be in every game he's gonna be in every version of Diablo, except the first one, which didn't have a barbarian. That's the only reason why I didn't have it because they didn't introduce him yet. But literally every Diablo 2 and on always has a barbarian, which I probably will use him. I'm going druid first on this whole ordeal.
Okay, I'll be going Necromancer.
Going Necromancer? I
Yeah.
think Necromancer is also one that they might include in every single game because they added it in 3 as a DLC because they knew it was very popular from 2 as well. Uh, but oh my god, I cannot wait to see how the lore is going to continue and what the heck we are going to do against Lilith, the mother of Sanctuary, the queen of everything, because it's her and she is the demon half of the half angel, half demon story of Diablo throughout the entire series. So we're going way back, and we'll see how this goes. And we're gonna find out how the heck Diablo comes back to life, because obviously he's gonna come back to life for something. He's not in the title for nothing.
Of course. Um, unfortunately, I have to cut this episode really short. Technical difficulties on my end. Um, but real quick, I know we were talking about Diablo 4, but the other big game that they did talk about was Starfield.
Yes,
Real quick,
huge. Yes,
how do you feel Starfield
I
wise right
feel
now?
it look. I feel it looks really great, but I also get the scared vibes of No Man's Sky because they are promising a lot of things on this game.
Yeah.
They're promising 1,000 planets. I call shenanigans all that. That is too many. This game is going to be a terabyte big. Like, you're going to need a whole Xbox to fill this game.
Okay.
Like, that's how I feel with it. Like, wow. They're very, I mean, it looks great. And if it goes with all the promises, fantastic. But man, I feel it's way too big. You're going to need a computer just to play the whole thing.
I'm excited for it. Now, one of my most anticipated games that'll come out.
Better clear out that hard drive spaces. I feel it's going to need a lot of it. Or you better buy yourself a terabyte.
I'm gonna go into it as like pretty much like it's Bethesda. There's gonna be bugs. There's always bugs, especially because of how ambitious their games are. So I don't expect anything less. Even though that's already low as is. But I'm excited for Starfield. This showcase really did provide me all that I needed to know. It does have some hitches. From what I've heard, the game is already playable from start to end. So now it's just basically making sure that it'll run well on launch day. So that part gives me, positive vibes.
That's true. So yeah, it looks phenomenal, and I'm actually glad they decided to do a delay. So it looks like it needed to do a delay.
Yeah.
To make sure everything was well. And the final thing we got to just really talk about Xbox with our little shortened time. Persona's on Xbox, baby.
Yes. Persona. I would be stoned to death if I didn't mention if we didn't mention.
Dude, if you did not say this, oh my god! If you end the episode, they will riot. I'm like, dude, they will. I was gonna say, like, dude, 3 top tier Persona games all coming to Game Pass. Boom.
Yes, this is probably for me the biggest announcement of Xbox entire life.
It's only on PlayStation.
This
I don't even would have said that.
This is the biggest thing that they could announce, and I'm surprised they didn't save it for the end. But I understood why they kept Starfield. But
yeah.
Persona 5, 4, and 3 coming to Game Pass day one, with Persona 5 coming in first, and then they'll be adding the other ones. But Persona 5 or Persona in general is one of the biggest JRPGs out there, right next to Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. And there's a Final Fantasy 7 announcement tomorrow, hopefully, as we record today.
Calling it now. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out tomorrow. Xbox day one, Game Pass.
I hope so, but yeah, Persona. Thank you, Jesse. You deserve like 1,000,000 points for mentioning Persona before we leave.
Come on, fans! You know I'm doing for you. You know this. I do it for you. I knew the JRPG crowd. I know most of the fans were exploding. I came out. Like I literally had to just tweet right afterwards. It's over. There's no JRPGs on Xbox. It's over.
Real quick, are you gonna play Persona 5 day one?
Yes, I will play Persona 5 day one when it comes out.
Okay, please tweet. Please, share all the the gameplay. Shares, game picks, videos that you have, because you know that there's a loyal fan base on Xbox that do love to play JRPGs, a niche genre as it is. So this genre needs as many players as possible on as many platforms as possible. But
I promise you that I will play this game when it is released. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, there you go, you guys. You have his promise. Real quick before we send out, because I have like a couple minutes. Your final grade on the Bethesda Xbox Showcase.
I would like to say that it was a
Thanks for joining us this week on the Boss Key Podcast with your hosts, McQuack306 and
WG. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at BossKey_podcast so you never miss an episode.
And if you like, you can also follow us personally at McQuack306 and Jesse_Fregoso.
Join us next time for another episode of the Boss Key Podcast.